Yo, what it do, everybody? It's your boy K-Man Raps, bringing it back with another video. Now, today I'm doing a little bit something different. I was inspired by Spiritual Lemonade to make this video. He recently did a video where he went through his vinyl collection, and I thought, I have a vinyl collection. I should go through it. It's probably not what you guys are expecting from me. But I figured I would go through it and show you guys what I got. I do apologize if you hear a lot of noise in the background. It is thundering and lightning like crazy right now. It literally just started, so I do apologize for that. But we are going to go through this. So I don't know how long this is going to be because I got a lot of albums here. But some of them I'm going to really breeze through. So yeah, let's just get into it and roll that intro. What's out of the handle where I be? It's my favorite. Too much sauce, I be dunking on my haters. Made it out the mud, out the swamp with the gators. Gotta give the people a little something they can savor. I cranked up the bass, point them up to the savior. I knock it out the park when I step up to the plate. Got a calling on my life, I ain't playing it safe. Private reserve in the fit, yeah, you know I got it made. Bringing 850 to the 808. Yo, what it do? It's your boy K-Man Raps. I'm not gonna waste too much time. I'm just gonna let you guys know I have a single out. It is called Half of It. Go stream it. It's on every streaming platform. It is fire. It's the single for an upcoming project I'm working on. And make sure you go to the description, click all the links there. You can follow me at K_man_raps on Instagram to stay up to date with all of the music I'm releasing as well as what I react to on this channel. You can get merch in the description as well. So a lot of really cool stuff down there. But yeah, we're just gonna, dive into this. First thing that I'm gonna show you, which I have like 5 of these, and I thought about going through all of them. So if you guys want me to do a separate video on this, then I need you guys to comment below and let me know that you want me to actually do a full video on these. But I left them out because it was going to take forever. But I have this right here. I don't even know if you guys can see it. I'm going to try and hold it up to the camera so you guys can see. Let me see if you guys, there we go. So what this is a while ago when I first got into vinyl, I subscribed to this thing. It's called Flying Vinyl. And essentially what it was every month, this was February of 19, every month they send you this little package. It'll be different every month, but essentially it comes with 5 EPs. I don't know if you can see those, but it comes with 5 EPs from independent artists, and each EP has a different band on it, or group or person, and it has 2 songs by that person, and it's a way for you to get into their music. And I'm pretty sure all of the proceeds go to the individual artists. I'm not 100% sure. I can't guarantee because it's been a minute. But that's how I found out about this band, Moorish Idols. I don't know if you can see that. I haven't really ever done this before, so let me try and line it up for you guys. There you go, Moorish Idols. This project is phenomenal by them. It's got 2 songs on it. Let me see if it has the names of the songs on it. Yes. It's got the song Electric Beach on it. I am probably triggering every single vinyl enthusiast right now. I do apologize. It's got this song on there, Electric Beach, as well as this song, JNT. And they're both phenomenal, and that's how I find out about a lot of independent artists. Now, I don't have that subscription anymore. It got to a point where I wasn't able to financially do it at the time, and I just never resubscribed. But you get a lot of really cool independent artists. I have not listened to these in a hot minute. I need to. But if you guys want me to go through all of them and do like a second video on it, comment down below and let me know, and I will definitely do that. Maybe even do a little listening session of a couple of them. But really cool stuff they send every single month, Flying Vinyl. Their whole motto is the revolution will not be digital, and they're here to preserve physical media, which I am a huge proponent of physical media. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you want me to do a video on that, I definitely will. I'm gonna go put this up though, and we're gonna dive into the actual projects, which I meant to show, but it comes with every month. Your little thing with all of the EPs comes with a booklet, and the booklet tells you information about all of the bands and different stuff. It's really, really cool. But now for what you guys are here for, the actual vinyl collection. I'm so sorry. I've never done a video like this, so it's really weird. I also have a massive CD collection. That's where the majority of my actual, like, real music that I listen to all the time is. So if you want me to do a separate video doing my CD collection, I will do that, because I have more CDs than I do vinyls, and I also just don't have the time right now to listen to vinyl as much as I would like, but hopefully I can start doing it more in the future. I'm going to save the best vinyls for the end. Right now I'm just going to sort of breeze through a bunch of the ones that are in my collection that I don't listen to as much, but they are still important. I added them to my collection for one reason or another. First up is this album, This Time I'm Swingin' by Dean Martin. A phenomenal project. I'm a huge jazz and like 50s swing type of fan. I love this. This was one of the first projects I ever got, and I love this album to death. And even better is this one, this Dean Martin, The Door Is Still Open to My Heart. A lot of really good projects. A lot of really good songs on there. I love Dean Martin. He is one of the few like jazz crooners that I can actually like really replicate his voice. And when I sing jazz, I sing a lot of Dean Martin, his style. Love Dean Martin. Next up is this cool album. This is Louis Armstrong Live at the Crescendo. It's a double album. And it's him live. He performed a lot of really dope songs on this one. Stompin' at the Savoy, My Bucket's Got a Hole in It, When It's Sleepy Time Down South, Jeepers Creepers, a lot of really good stuff, so 10 out of 10. As for other double albums, this one is a phenomenal project. This is An Evening with John Denver. Some of these albums I got at like Goodwill and stuff, so they're not in the greatest condition. But this project, An Evening with John Denver, is just an absolute incredible album. Rest in peace to John Denver. Tragic passing. But this is a phenomenal project. Whoop, pardon. Sorry for hitting the mic. And then one of my favorite records from the 70s. This is Casey and the Sunshine Band. I mean, you people have got to know this group. They're iconic. Famous song, That's the Way I Like It, as well as this project has this has I'm Your Boogeyman on it. Keep It Comin' Love, Baby I Love You, Yes I Do, Wrap Your Arms Around Me. Just phenomenal disco album from the 70s. Casey and the Sunshine Band. Love them. And then this project. This one I'm very blessed to have. This is the Beach Boys' Endless Summer project. Really, really good condition actually for what it is. Love that project. Love the Beach Boys. I'm not spending too much time to talk about these ones just because my collection is a little extensive, but those are phenomenal albums. As well as this one also. I'm a huge 70s, 80s rock head, so I got the Foreigner album. This one is just an absolute stellar project. It's got Cold as Ice, Feels Like the First Time, Long, Long Way From Home. Just incredible album. Foreigner is a phenomenal band. And then for a while, I was subscribed to another record subscription service, and weirdly enough, I only got one box from them. They did not send me the boxes they were supposed to send me, which is why I unsubscribed. But it was a cool concept. It basically connected to your Spotify, and they would send you records based off of what you listen to on your Spotify. Sometimes you would get projects you listen to, but they would try to find stuff similar to what you listen to so that you could get, like, just cool stuff related to what you listen to, and you could discover other artists. And that's how I acquired some of these. So I got this project, which is Kill the Moonlight by Spoon. This is actually a phenomenal album. I had never heard of them beforehand, but I highly recommend this indie rock band, Spoon, Kill the Moonlight. Phenomenal project. I really like this record, actually, and I listen to it every now and then. That's how I also acquired this project, which is Shadow by Your Side by Los Rosas. I've only listened to it a couple times, but it is really good, so highly recommend. If you're into the sort of like indie rock vibe, I highly recommend that. As far as other, older projects, I've got Kenny Rogers' Greatest Hits. This has The Gambler on it, Coward of the County. A lot of really good stuff on here. Kenny Rogers, if you like old style country music, Kenny Rogers, you can't go wrong. And back in my 70s rock phase, we've got this project by Three Dog Night. This, I haven't listened to it hardly at all, but I do like Three Dog Night. They are really good. And that subscription box that I had, they also sent me this project, the Allman Brothers Band, which, if you know anything about old school rock and country, the Allman Brother Band, phenomenal band, so highly recommend that. I also acquired this project. I was not a fan, or not as much of a fan. This is Stonefield. The project is called As Above, So Below, and I just wasn't really a fan. It's a modern band that's doing like 70s stuff and 60s rock, 70s, 60s rock. It's a female vocalist, I believe. And I don't know, it just didn't really resonate with me. I wasn't as big a fan. But it was a cool listen nonetheless. Just wasn't really my thing. But, sometimes with subscription-based services, sometimes you get stuff that, isn't really what you want. I did also get this one, though. Nothing Fancy by Lynyrd Skynyrd. Incredible 70s, 60s rock. Love this. This project is from 75. Lynyrd Skynyrd, incredible band. And then now we're getting into sort of the last of... These ones are not really big albums for me. I don't really listen to them, but they are kind of cool to have in my collection. This one is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. This is not the Beatles. I thought this was the Beatles album, but it's actually from the movie that they did called Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and it's a bunch of Beatles songs that are all performed by other famous bands. It's kind of like if you've ever seen... they make CDs that are like the many faces of a band, and so they have like a CD called The Many Faces of Metallica, and it's Metallica songs by other famous bands, or The Many Faces of Iron Maiden, and it's Iron Maiden songs by other bands. That's kind of what this is. It does have a really incredible cover of Come Together by Aerosmith on here. Freaking love Aerosmith, and so... it's a cool project, but I was expecting the Beatles, and so it's not really my favorite, but it's got Steve Martin on there, the Bee Gees, Earth, Wind & Fire, Peter Frampton, so a lot of really cool stuff. Just, it was a little, it wasn't what I expected, and it's kind of a weird thing, like, yeah, the bands are good, but they're not doing their music, and yeah, the Beatles songs are good, but it's not the Beatles singing it, so it's kind of like, it's a weird project, which is why it's not very high on my list. Last two projects from this stack here. This is The Wonderful World of Christmas. I acquired this at a yard sale. It's got Glenn Campbell, Dinah Shore, Loretta Lynn, Merle Haggard. I think I specifically got it because it has Merle Haggard on it, but it's also got C.W. McCall, Pat Boone, a lot of really famous people, and they're all doing Christmas music. Not my favorite project, but I'll turn it on every now and then around Christmas, because, you can't go wrong with Christmas music, and all of these artists are really talented people, but it's not going to rank super high, but, And then this one's actually a really cool album that I have. I do not ever listen to it, but it just looks cool in my collection. This is Lenny White Presents The Adventures of Astral Pirates. I found this at a yard sale and I had to pick it up. The album art is just so freaking incredible. It's so bizarre and it's like experimental, like rock, like it's so bizarre, which is why I don't listen to it, but it is a really cool project to have in the collection. It looks super dope. Sorry. All of my records are like here on the floor and I don't have an easy way to access them, which is why I keep leaning over. But now, now, we are in the final stretch. These are the best projects in my collection. These are my favorite albums that I own on record. These are the ones that I go back to and put on and listen to. So we're going to get into these. Oh, I should preface, this first album I actually don't listen to, but it's super cool. This project, this album is from an old musical. It is called Paint Your Wagon. It's an old, like, radio program. The entire album cover is like a hand-painted album cover. It is so freaking beautiful. I apologize. I'm trying to open this as best as I can. The album art is just absolutely stellar on this thing. It is really, really pretty. I freaking love this in my collection. I do not listen to it, but it is a really rare find, so that is why I have it ranked so high, because it might be the most rare album that I have. It's from, let me see when this came out. I can't even see on here. It doesn't even say when it came out. But it's by Paramount Records and it features the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. It's just like it's such a phenomenal, like, beautiful piece of artwork and rare collector item to have in my collection. So I love it, and it's in really, really good condition. But now we get into my favorite projects of all time that I own on record. I'm not going to put them in any particular order because I can't really rank any one of them higher than any other. But let's go. First up is this. This is the deluxe edition of The Gift by 116. This is a Christmas album. This is the one I listen to all the time at Christmas time. I put this on. I got this just a couple years ago, and it is by far one of my favorite records of all time, hands down. The greatest song on here, my favorite Christmas song of all time, is Angels by Gavi. It is just beautiful. The whole project is beautiful. Reach Records, 116, The Gift, the deluxe version. I love this project to death. Gotta get this project if you don't have it. Next up, I've said I'm a huge 60s and 70s rock nerd, but my favorite genre of music of all time, apart from Christian rap, I know I make Christian rap, but my favorite my favorite type of music of all time is 80s music. I'm a massive 80s nerd. I have a huge 80s collection over there with movies, music, collectibles, everything 80s. I love the 80s. And so, obviously, I have the Top Gun vinyl. This is the limited edition Walmart vinyl. So, it's a bright red vinyl. And just the soundtrack to Top Gun is possibly the greatest movie soundtrack of all time. I love this project to death. This is one of the most prized possessions in my collection. And right behind it, obviously, I said I'm an 80s nerd. My favorite show of all time. If you couldn't guess it, I've talked about it before, but if you couldn't guess it, it's Stranger Things. So I've got Stranger Things 3, the project. It's a double LP. Side A has so many phenomenal songs. Material Girl, Cold as Ice, Baba O'Reilly. Side 2 has ROCK in the USA, Neutron Dance, Can't Fight This Feeling, Wake Me Up Before You Go Go, My Bologna by Weird Al Yankovic. Side 3 has a ton of other good music, and this one even has a miniature EP in it that has Dustin and his girlfriend singing. Incredible, incredible, incredible album. I love this one to death. This is one of my favorite projects. And then, as an 80s nerd, my favorite band of all time, hands down, from the 70s and 80s, humongous band. They are phenomenal. Cannot tell you how much I love them. Electric Light Orchestra. I've seen the documentary about how they came to be. This is all over the world, the very best. This has everything you could ever want on it. Mr. Blue Sky, Don't Bring Me Down, Evil Woman, Telephone Line, Showdown. It's got Turn to Stone. This is one of the best projects ever made because it features so many good songs by Electric Light Orchestra. I love ELO so much. Highly recommend this project. And like I said, I'm a huge rock nerd. Before I ever got into Christian rap, if anybody knows my story, it started out as a rock nerd. I grew up listening to 80s rock, and eventually that moved its way into heavier stuff, Metallica, and getting into modern, heavy metal. So, if you've seen my videos, a lot of my videos are labeled Metalhead Reacts because I originally was into rock and heavy metal before I ever got into Christian rap, which is why this next project, a buddy of mine actually bought 2 of these albums. He had an extra copy and just gave it to me. It was one of my old coworkers. And this is the Cold World album by Of Mice and Men. Phenomenal, phenomenal metal album. Love this to death. And the fact that he gave it to me, it holds a lot of sentiment. Such a good project. As an 80s nerd, I like Stranger Things. And because I like Hopper and Stranger Things, I had to get You Don't Mess Around with Jim by Jim Croce. He plays the song You Don't Mess Around with Jim in the show. And this is just an incredible project, so I had to get it. Another 80s project, I've got Asia with their project Alpha. Phenomenal. Got songs like Don't Cry, The Heat Goes On, Eye to Eye. 80s band. Love Asia. One of my favorite bands, apart from ELO, is a band known as Starship. And before they were Starship, they were known as Jefferson Starship. And this is their project, Freedom at Point Zero. If you go back far enough on my Instagram, I actually did a live where I reacted. I didn't react, but I listened to this whole project. And Freedom at Point Zero is such a phenomenal project by Jefferson Starship. I highly recommend it. Another iconic 80s project, the 16 album by Chicago. This features so many incredible ballads. What You're Missing, Waiting for You to Decide, Chains, Hard to Say I'm Sorry, Sunny Think Twice, What Can I Say? Just incredible project. I'm an 80s nerd, so I had to have 16 by Chicago. I also had to have this project. This is the Reckless album by Bryan Adams. This is the one that has Summer of 69 on it. Just an incredible performer. If you have not heard the album from Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron, it's a Disney movie. He did all of the music for that movie, and it is phenomenal. Kind of like how Phil Collins did the Tarzan soundtrack. Bryan Adams did the soundtrack for Spirit, and both projects, the Tarzan movie and the Spirit movie, both soundtracks are incredible, but Bryan Adams on that project is just phenomenal. Highly recommend. And with me being the 80s rock nerd that I am, I listen to so much stuff, and one of my favorite people of all time is Tim Hawkins. He's a Christian comedian, for those of you who don't know, and he also grew up listening to a lot of 80s and 70s rock. I mean, obviously he's older than me. He actually grew up listening to it, like when it was a thing, but he's an incredible guitarist. He loves 80s rock, and he put me onto this band, and so I had to pick up their project. This is Molly Hatchet. If you like 80s rock, you will love this project. This is The Deed Is Done by Molly Hatchet. First off, the artwork is just freaking incredible on this project. I absolutely love it, but this has so many good songs. Backstabber, Good Smokin' Whiskey, She Does, I Ain't Got You, Heartbreak Radio, Straight Shooter, just incredible project if you like 80s rock. And the last 3 projects, if you are a rock head by any stretch of the means, you will know what these projects are and you will love them just as much as I do. The first one is obviously the deluxe vinyl edition from Guardians of the Galaxy. My best friend Joey DeGuire gave this to me for my birthday a couple years back, and I adore this album. I keep it in pristine condition. So many good songs off of this project. Absolutely love it. It's got the Awesome Mix Volume 1 and the original score from the movie. Just phenomenal. I've got this one, the Fleetwood Mac Rumors album. This is by far one of the most iconic albums ever in rock, and the fact that I have it on vinyl is so cool to me. I adore this project. It's got Go Your Own Way, it's got Dreams, The Chain. Such an incredible project. If you know anything about rock from the 80s and 70s, you know this project and what it means. Phenomenal project. And then last but not least, my favorite rock album that I own. I love ELO. I love, all of these projects. But the best rock album that I own is this. This is Are You Experienced by the Jimi Hendrix Experience. By far the greatest guitarist to ever live, Jimi Hendrix. This project features so many bangers, including Purple Haze, The Wind Cries Mary, Foxy Lady. Like, so many good songs on here. If you love 60s, 70s, 80s rock, this is by far one of the most iconic and most important albums ever made. This is such an incredible asset to my collection. I don't have a lot else to add, but I just figured I would showcase that to you guys. If you want me to deep dive into any of these projects, do any listening sessions to any of them, let me know and I will look into it. If you want me to do another video going into those smaller EPs that I got, I can go into that as well as if you want a CD collection, because that is where the best of my collection is, in my CD thing. I have so much good music in my CD collection, including CHH and Christian rock, as well as a whole lot more. So if you guys want that, comment down below and let me know. I'm sorry this video was so long, but I appreciate you guys. If you watched it, if this is your sort of thing that you like, then let me know down below. Make sure you like the video if you liked it. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. I'm at 360 something subscribers. I really want to get to 500 by the end of the year, and I can only do that if you subscribe. So please subscribe if this is your sort of thing. And as always, make sure you follow me on my socials so you can stay up to date with everything. This is K-Man Raps reminding you that this time it's for real. Peace.